What's goody boxing heads and fight fans around the world? Be Marsh with another boxing video. So, Pedro Diaz, trainer of Guillermo Rigondeux'S, he recently, I read this article on Boxing Scene, big ups to Boxing Scene, but he looks like he respectfully ethered the man Jim Lampley. And everything he's saying is the same thing I said on the night of that fight with Guillermo Rigondeux'S versus Moises Flores. You know what I'm saying? I thought that the man Jim Lampley is the main reason and the culprit for the reasoning why the man Guillermo Rigondeux'S got this fight overturned. You know what I'm saying? The man Pedro Diaz is normally a cool guy, but he did have some choice words for the man. What's his name? Jim Lampley. You know what I'm saying? And it's only right, Jim Lampley was a guy who went beyond his duties as a commentator and went way beyond his duties and tried to get the fight overturned, which was dead wrong in my opinion, you know what I mean? So I'm going to read what the man said. He said, quote, "It's incredible that Jim Lampley kept insisting to the head of the Nevada commission after the fight. I don't know if that is his job description. He kept asking and insisting about it. I don't know what his role was in all of this. I think he must have something against Rigondeux'S. It's incredible that a boxer in this team work off for 10 to 12 weeks, put on a good fight for the fans, and then after that a commentator wants to steal the show, giving his opinions not based on reality. It doesn't help the sport, and it seems to leave a bad taste for the fans who truly know the sport. At the end of the day, it's the fans who pay and evaluate a fight honestly. The fans know about Rigondeux'S great qualities, both as a boxer and a person. I want to say that Max Kellerman is a man who knows a lot about boxing and appreciates Rigondeux'S. Roy Jones Jr. also has a very high opinion of Rigo, as do Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather. I thought the way Lampley carried on was ridiculous. I give Kellerman a lot of credit, even though he is young and knows more about boxing than Jim Lampley. I trained Rigondeux'S for the Nonito Donaire fight in which he gave him a beating. I trained him for the Joseph Agbeko fight in which he made Agbeko look ridiculous. Where was Agbeko's usual punch output? I trained him for the James Dickens fight. He broke his jaw in the second round. And now for this fight, he won by first round knockout. I'll say this, Dan Rafael is a journalist who's criticized Rigo a lot in the past for being boring, but even he admits that Rigo put on a show. So I'm not sure what Jim Lampley was asking him. I think he should take lessons from Kellerman. I respect HBO, but I don't know why Lampley called the commissioner over not just once, but kept insisting. I just want to know if a commentator should be doing that. They wanted a show from Rigo, well, he gave them one. Now, you see, everything that the man, what's his name? You see Pedro Diaz there training with Rigo. Everything that the man Pedro Diaz is saying, I've been said that on my initial video, That's what I noticed. Jim Lampley was asking Draculich and Bennett, like he asked them twice, like to go back and look at the tape. Like the man had an invested interest in, getting that fight from Rigo overturned. He wants Rigo to lose badly, just like Jim Lampley wants Andre Ward to lose badly. Look, this guy Jim Lampley's a fucking dummy. Anybody who listens to him and this fight game show don't know shit about boxing. The man Triple G ducked Andre Ward. HBO forced the man Andre Ward to go up and face their biggest fight at light heavyweight on their channel, and that was Kovalev, who had 3 belts. Okay, Andre Ward did exactly just that. He fought a couple fights in between, 3 fights before he fought Kovalev, and he beat him twice. And yet, this guy Jim Lampley still has Lomachenko, a guy who has 1 loss in his career with under 10 fights in his whole career. He still has him as #1 pound for pound. So, you remember how they used to talk about Floyd when he was on HBO. It's obvious this guy has something against melanated fighters. If you don't know what melanated means, black fighters. You know what I'm saying? It's not no secret. And there's a lot of YouTube channels on here, and I hope y'all listening to this. There's a lot of YouTube channels out here lately Maybe this was it it was in their DNA from long time. They was just trying to mask it. They've been trying to go against all black fighters, you know what I'm saying? Fellas jumping out the window saying now Jeff Horn will destroy. He's going to destroy the man Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? Fellas out here saying that Andre Ward is a cheater and he didn't win that fight against Kovalev, you know. Fellas are making these type of videos, man. It's like a genuine hate for black fighters, you know what I'm saying? You know, I've seen fellas even come out and say that Julio Cesar Chavez is a greater is a better defender, has better defensive techniques than the man Floyd Mayweather. You know, fellas are really jumping out the window. I don't know if it's clickbait because it's not even working. Fellas ain't even really getting views because anybody could read the title of that video and know this guy, whoever, they talking bullshit, man. Fellas are actually really trying to go against black fighters. I think they got that Jim Lampley syndrome in them, you know. They got that Jim Lampley DNA. And that's exactly what Jim Lampley wanted. He wanted Andre Ward to lose, same way he wanted fellas like Floyd Mayweather to lose, same way he wanted guys like Guillermo Rigondeux'S to lose. It's crazy how them three fighters get a lot of hate. All three of these guys have all different kind of personalities. All three of them, from Rigo, Floyd to Andre Ward. Now Terrence Crawford is getting that hate. I just seen somebody video today, and believe you me, I ain't even subscribed to Son's channel. You know what I mean? I just seen it in your homepage on your YouTube, you're gonna see a lot of videos. And the guy's actually making a video trying to discredit Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Saying that Ndongo's not a good fighter like that, and even if, he's basically saying, yeah, Bud's gonna beat him for sure, but he's basically trying to discredit him, saying, that Ndongo's not a good fighter, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with these people, man? This fight is for undisputed, man. I don't give a fuck if Bud was fighting Butterbean. You check it, the fight is for undisputed. Like, what qualms and problems do you have with that? You know what I mean? Just because your favorite fighter ain't never even been a unified fighter, just because your favorite fighter is a fucking weight bully, you know what I'm saying? A guy who comes in at 155, rehydrates all the way to 175, damn near 180, and fights fellas like Liam Smith and all these guys, come on now. Stop hating on Bud. Stop hating on black fighters, man. Because I told fellas, man, go ahead and do your history. Go check who the greatest fighters in history. From the top 5. You know what I'm saying? You could throw a guy like Harry Greb in there. You could. But, when I think of the greatest boxers, I think of fellas like Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Jack Johnson, Sam Langford. You know what I'm saying? Joe Louis. You know what I'm saying? Henry Armstrong. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather, Hagler, there's some good fighters, you know what I'm saying? There's some good fighters in there, Sugar Ray Leonard, but my point is, from all the hatred, discrimination, and and everything that black fighters have gone through since the inception of boxing, it's crazy we have people who still have that mentality, like, these guys don't deserve to be where they're at, you know what I'm saying? Well, if you look in history, black fighters are the ones who actually have made the name for boxing. The most popular boxers who put the sport on a pedestal have been black boxers, you know what I'm saying? So fellas need to, if fellas just understand that, and there are some channels who are out there who are non-biased whatsoever, regardless of what race and color they are, they give any and every fighter the props they deserve, and that's how it should be, you know what I'm saying? But when fellas are out here on a crusade, like on the real, like really trying to shit on black fighters, like every other video is to shit on black fighters, and it ain't just any other fighters, it's the best ones, from Terrence Crawford to Guillermo Rigondeux'S, Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward. When fellas are going out making it their agenda to do stuff like this, I question them, and I really lose respect for them and their boxing credibility. And on the real, that's the only thing fellas have on here. If you might have subscribers, you might have tons of subscribers, but on the real, your credibility is on the line every time you say something coming out of your mouth regarding boxing. And there's fellas out here who do know they boxing, so you could say one nut-ass thing and your credibility is instantly shot, you know what I'm saying? A la Jim Lampley, his credibility been shot from long time, So I'm advising these YouTube channels out here, don't be like Lampley, man. Don't be like Lampley, Don't expose yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's good you expose yourself, let us know your true colors, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you just gonna be sad because fellas like Errol Spence made Kell Brook quit. Andre Ward made Kovalev quit. Fucking Rigo made that fuck boy Moises Flores quit. Fellas are quitting because, hey, the aura is invincible. And it is what it is, man. So, Jim Lampley, I've been said that this guy was trying to give Guillermo Rigondeux'S a loss. I showed it on the film. You could go back and check it on my channel. I rewounded it very many times to show you the infractions that Draculich and them were trying to say was a reason to disqualify Rigo. Well, those were not any good reasons to disqualify Rigo. You don't disqualify a guy because he had a punch holding a man's head or a late punch at the bell. Where they do that at? You know what I mean? You check it. So there's a lot of channels out here who do have that same mentality as Jim Lampley, and it's a damn shame, man, because at the end of the day, we on this platform to talk boxing. That's what I come on here for, you know what I mean? All that other stuff about hating on a certain race just to big up your race or for whatever reason. It's like a black dude did something to you, did stole your girl or something, or, juked you in the alley or something. I don't know, like, what's really, man? Whoa, like, I don't understand, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of do, but it is what it is, man. So, I'm going to leave the links in the description. Y'all can peep for yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Read the article. And, it's nothing new, but I'm glad the man Pedro Diaz finally came out and said what I said the very first night I watched that Rigo versus Moises Flores fight, And for all them channels that going against black fighters and it's like the channel I said today who was trying to discredit the man Crawford, but they not trying to do it in a way where they're like, man, Crawford's fighting a bum. No, they trying to be kind of intelligent about it. Like, I just want to know everybody's opinion. Like, is this, come on, man, come on. Okay, Gamboa was a good fighter when the man Bud beat him. He was undefeated, but he was out of the ring for a minute. Good win for him, But Ndongo, in my opinion, is a better fighter than Gamboa. Just because you think because he came from the continent of Africa, you ain't know about the man 7 months ago. Don't discredit this guy. Because you know what? He did what fellas like Gamboa ain't even do. This man is in a position to fight an undisputed title in less than 7 months, in 8 months. So don't come and give me that stupid shit, man. Bud Crawford's fighting a legitimate good fighter, just like Ndongo is fighting a great fighter too, you know what I'm saying? So it's a good fight, fellas been trying to discredit Bud. You know why? Because he's an up-and-coming African-American who's ascending in the pound-for-pound rankings. Let that man win on Saturday, on the August 19th. He'll be #1 in my book, and my favorite boxer is Guillermo Rigondeux'S. You know what I'm saying? And I love Terrence Crawford. He's one of my top favorites too. But I'm not biased to nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? I call it how I see it, you know what I mean? And fellas gonna jump out there and they gonna say, they might think they have more knowledge than somebody else as far as, you don't know how to score a fight or whatever. Well, I just challenge you to come debate. You want to debate? We could do a debate about boxing. You know what I mean? You check it. We gonna see where your boxing knowledge at. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of fellas out here have channels. They have channels, man, but they boxing IQ is subpar. You know what I mean? And one thing for sure, two things for certain. As a man who has a channel, I take pride in doing my research and having an understanding of the game. You know what I'm saying? And before you talk about anything, it's best you have a real good defined know your boxing history, you know what I mean? Know your boxing knowledge, Some guy I've seen it came in the comment section of a particular YouTube fighter channel and tried to say that, they were trying to defend Precise Presenter, saying that Precise Presenter might have been, he might have been extreme, but the guy knows a lot about boxing. So I told the guy, yeah, the guy Precise Presenter, PP, knows as much about boxing as, I don't even want to say these other channels' names because I'm not trying to go there. But basically, I was trying to say, okay, if the guy PP knows about boxing, how comes that guy didn't even know that Sugar Ray Leonard fought with Fredo Benitez? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? How comes he ain't know that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was Sugar Ray's big fight to put him on the map for his first world title. And the guy PP supposed to know boxing, and the guy said, "Oh, okay. Well, I tend not to like those guys with no boxing history because they act like fucking snobs." Well, that just says everything about what you know about boxing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's just disgusting how some channels out there are really, it's making it a point to hate on black fighters. You know what I'm saying? When you know damn well your fighter doesn't even fight African American or black fighters, and when they did, they lost to fellas like Lara and Floyd Mayweather and such and such. You know what I mean? Be March Boxing. Leave your thoughts and comments, and I'm gonna catch you on the next vid. I'm Ghost. Peace.